Let's go! This horse is fast! Look how fast I'm going! Hello there and welcome back to another episode of Minecraft. My name is Gidster, and in today's episode I would like to focus on doing some custom cliffs and kind of explaining the thought process behind that. So let's get right into it. In between episodes I was kind of busy, but I did extend this pathway all along here, and I carved out this cliff way here so that I could kind of go with today's episode. And my idea for today's episode is just to explain the thought process behind how to do custom cliffs, like how I did them over here. And I just wanted to go through a bit of a step-by-step process to help understand at least how I do it. I mean, I'm not perfect, they're not the best, but I think they look pretty good. So maybe you'd like to know how I do it, so I will show you guys. First, let's break it down into like 3 separate sections. The first section we're gonna do is this top section up here. We're gonna do a middle section here, and then we're gonna do a bottom section here. So the top section is going to be the overhanging like greenage and foliage here. So it's going to be dirt, leaves, like bushes and stuff. So it's going to be the edge of the cliff, and I want to have like vines hanging down onto the edge, like they hang over the cliff edge. And here you'll notice I actually used mossy cobblestone here to be underneath, because just to kind of add to that green, and the cobblestone is holding up the dirt, so it's not just floating dirt. And then for the second section, which is kind of like the wall behind the cliff, I decided to use tuff and the gravel. I liked the dark color of the tuff blocks, but I wanted to sprinkle in this gravel to kind of just mix up that texture so it just wasn't a solid tuff wall. You can use any kind of blocks, like you could use stone and cobblestone and andesite. Those work pretty well together. But I decided I wanted to go for the darker look, and obviously the new blocks came out in 1.17, so I also wanted to use those as well. And finally, for this bottom section, I decided I was going to go for a darker block. I actually trimmed this in between episodes. I used the polished basalt and the cobbled deep slate stairs and the slabs, just so that I could actually have stairs and slabs to use. But the idea, right, is to have an overhanging cliff, right? The cliff in the background, and then the bottom will be more of like a gravelly or a darker color, I guess, so that like it kind of has this thing that like maybe the gravel and the stuff that it fell down onto the ground over here. So that's the idea. And then I used the pointed dripstone instead of these stairs and slabs like in this area, just because it's new. It has a unique shape, so it looks pretty well. What? I mean, it looks pretty good. I don't know what I'm saying. Another thing I'm sure you noticed is I have the glow lichen here, and I have mixed feelings about the glow lichen because it's just so strong. I have not found a good way to be able to use it, because every time I try to use it, it looks like it just overpowers everything else. Here's the other custom cliff that's in my world, and you'll notice it's essentially the same thing. I have the top section, right? It's that dirt section with the vines kind of hanging down, and it's the overhanging cliff part, right? Here too, it's a overhanging with vines kind of hanging down. And then you have the second section with that back wall there, and then you have the bottom section where it's like kind of rubble has fallen down. Like here is a lot more, I guess, the whole cliff all along here is all the same, and over there I decided to use the basalt in the darker colors at the bottom. Maybe you could try to, you know, put different blocks at the bottom, maybe more gravel at the bottom to be more like broken up and stuff, but you honestly don't need to do that. I want to go ahead and just start working on finishing this cliff all the way along here. I might as well just do a time lapse really quickly. I'll be right back. I'm just gonna finish this section all the way from here, and then just, I guess, all the way down to here. So I'll be right back. I hope you guys enjoy, and we'll see how it turns out. All right. Okay, so I finished up the cliff. Let me know if my explanation actually made sense and helped you out, or if it was just me rambling and it didn't make sense at all. Mid-time lapse, I actually ran out of smooth basalt. So I guess what better time to make a basalt farm than now? Because if you see like the cobbled deep slate and this smooth basalt kind of just ends here, it's because I ran out of smooth basalt. Let's go make a basalt farm. And I think I have the perfect spot. I'm gonna put it right here. Let's see. So I had an idea, right? I've just been, kind of brainstorming here and there, and I was thinking I want to connect this cliff to a cliff here. But first, let's put a basalt farm like right here in this area, and then I'll just cover it up with that cliff hill thing I'm thinking about. So let me see if I can, you know, make this basalt farm. So I'm just testing this out. I think this is how this works. Like lava here, and it should make basalt. Yeah, baby, that works. Okay, all right. So I'm not stupid. I mean, I am stupid, but only slightly. Okay, so I think I got this all working, right? It looks a little bit of a mess right now, but I just kind of want to hide it in the cliff. But over here will be the output. This will where I'll put all the basalt. It just have a hopper line. It's not really like anything fancy, just a hopper line that goes over there. Here's where I'll stand. I'll stand right here, and I'll break the basalt. And what I was thinking, I have this cliff here, and then this minecart's gonna go back and forth, right? But I wanted a way to turn it off, and I didn't want a lever. A lever? How do you say that word? Well, I didn't want a lever, so I decided I made it a T flip-flop thing here. So this redstone block here is powering this rail, and so if I press this button, that sticky piston actually retracts and it'll turn off the minecart. That way it'll kind of, I guess maybe save my world some lag in the long run if I have like tons of farms like this, so I can have the minecarts actually like turned off. So I think like basically the farm is completely working. I just need to put, you know, the cliff and the hill around it. So I'm gonna do that. For the first part, you just want to focus on shape. Just make sure that the shape of the cliff looks cool or looks decent, you know? Make sure there's not too many straight lines, not anything that looks kind of weird or anything, I don't know. So you just want to focus on what it looks like right now, just the overall, the curves or whatever, and whether you want that curve to bend outwards or you want it to bend inwards like the ones that I'm doing on these ones. So you got the shape down, but for the next step, you want to focus on the textures. You don't want everything to be all smooth stone, or I guess just regular stone like it is right now. You want to kind of mix up the textures that are similar colors, but they look different. So for instance, I'm using stone, andesite, cobblestone, and gravel. They're all kind of like a gray color, but they have different textures. So if you kind of mix and match them, and you want to make sure that there's no stone blobs, like a bunch of stone all together, all touching each other, that way it'll kind of look more natural. There won't be a solid wall of stone. There'll be a bunch of different textures and it'll look better.
Tina, you fat lard, come get some dinner.
Back to building. So for this part, you want to focus on like the finer details. You want to focus on adding stairs and slabs. And for me, I add the leaves like hanging over the edge. So you want to just focus on making everything not flat, because if you use just solid blocks, sometimes it turns out that they're fairly like flat, and it looks a little bit better if you can add the stairs and the slabs, especially on a smaller scale, versus if you do a very large one, you can get away with doing just solid blocks, but on a smaller scale, go for slabs and stairs just to vary up the shape, just even that more. The basalt farm is completely done and dusted, and the output chest is right here, so maybe some extra storage. I don't know, I just didn't want it to be just regular chests. And we got the cliff in here, looks pretty good, but word on the street is you can make super horses by making them super fast, and I want to try this out. So apparently you can breed 2 horses that have like the speed 2 effect, and they will keep the speed 2 effect as a baby. So like you breed these 2 and they'll become a super fast baby. So I need to go get some potions really quick. All right, so we got speed and we want to make them speed 2. And of course, we're going to do the cauldron trick with the arrows and get 64 speed 2 arrows. That way we can save on the potions. And one other thing I wanted to try is I actually want to try jump boost 2 arrows. I don't know. I don't know if anybody has tested this yet to see if you can give the horses jump boost before you breed, and then you can have horses that jump extremely high. So I don't know. I'm going to try it and see what happens. So my horse is pretty good. Like it's pretty fast. Plus it jumps pretty high. So I kind of like really like this horse. So if I could get a horse that's even faster and jumps even higher, that'd be great, dude. And this horse also jumps really high. So if this jump boost thing works, then I'll have a horse that jumps really high, and we'll find out really quickly. But look how slow it is. Oh my god, I can walk slower than this. This is terrible.
Your trash, kid.
So I've been breeding these horses up. These are the first 2. We got generation 1, generation 2, 3, and this is generation 4. And I haven't tested this, but I'm gonna test it. See how fast it is at generation 4. You ready? It's fast, I guess. But it's not super fast. Let's I guess just keep going and see how many generations we get until we have to go super fast. Because this isn't really faster than my original horse, I don't think. Let's go! This horse is fast! Look how fast I'm going! Dude, this is so fast! This is crazy. Like, every time you go down a step, it stops, but like, this is so good. Look at this.
I am speed.
Look how fast they are when they're like attached to this pole. Oh my goodness, look at them. So I didn't test the jump arrows yet. So I'm gonna test the jump arrows on these guys. Actually, I don't even know how high these guys jump. He jumps at least 3, so that's not bad. We need to test it to see if he can jump 4. All right, 4 blocks?
Nope. Nope.
He can't jump 4, so let's see. See if we can get a horse that jumps like super high. Okay, this baby was bred with the jump boost, so let's see if it works. Let's see what happens. How high can this bad boy jump?
Nope. Nope.
So it's not 4 blocks yet, but I think he can jump higher. So I don't know. Let's see if it works if we keep going.
One eternity later.
So after a while of breeding horses, I have determined that the jump boost 2 does not work. That's a big sad. But I did get this really fast white horse, but it can't jump 4 blocks. Like, look at this. Ugh, 3 blocks.
Trust.
And I did notice that my original horse can jump 4 blocks, dude. Look at this. My original horse that I had from the beginning with a diamond horse armor can jump 4 blocks. That's so good. If you like horses, look away now, because it's time for a horse massacre. Well, we did get one really fast horse, but unfortunately he only jumps for 3 blocks, but that's okay. It's still really fast and I love it. Let me know if you guys liked the episode, and if the tips kind of helped you out, drop a like down below and subscribe if you guys want to see something more like this. And I have more episodes if you guys want to go watch those. And of course, I will always have more episodes in the future. Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next one. And remember, stay spicy, boys.